Hello everyone. This is the easiest explanation to tax audit under section 44AB. Let's get started. Tax audit under section 44AB. It is mandatory. It has to be conducted by a CA. Statutory audit in some cases can be conducted by a non-CA. Suppose in case of cooperative societies. But 44AB makes it clear that it has to be by a CA. So for cooperative society also it can get the state audit done by a non-CA, but tax audit has to mandatorily be by a CA. This mandatory audit requirement, that is section 44AB, will not be applicable to a non-resident who derives his income from operations of ships or aircraft. So the audit will be mandatory in normal cases when the person is not opting for presumptive taxation scheme. If for the business the sales turnover or gross receipts exceed rupees 1 crore, or in the cases of profession if the gross receipts exceed rupees 50 lakhs. This limit of 1 crore will turn to 10 crores if the receipts and payments, both receipts and payments, both have to be checked individually. If the total cash receipts and the total cash payments do not exceed 5% of total receipts and payments, which means 95% of receipts and payments are non-cash. The cash transactions are limited to 5%. See, notice the signs. 1 crore, no equals to sign is there. 50 lakhs, no equals to sign is there, which means they are excluded from the limit. Which means if you just attain the turnover of 1 crore or the gross receipts of 50 lakhs in case of profession, you don't have to comply with the audit requirement. But if it touches rupees 10 crore, see, it is inclusive. So if it touches rupees 10 crore, you have to get the tax audit done. And for expenses also, this 5%, if it is touching 5%, suppose 100 crores is the total receipts and your cash receipts are 5 crores, so it's accepted. You will get the 10 crores limit. But if it exceeds 5 crores, then it will be a problem. And for presumptive businesses, what is presumptive scheme? Presumptive scheme is the benefit given to the taxpayers for their convenience by the government, in which it allows them to pay a specified tax. Taxation. The tax is not computed by normal computation methods. The government has declared a percentage, so that percentage you have to pay. And also it gives the taxpayers the benefit to not maintain the regular books. So in presumptive businesses or services, if you declare your income to be less than the specified income and your income exceeds maximum exemption limit, for shortcut I call it decimal. Your declared income is less than specified and your income exceeds maximum exemption limit, decimal. Then you have to get the tax audit done. Let's read it. Audit under section 44AB. Mandatory audit has to be conducted when, in cases of normal cases, when in business, if the sales turnover gross receipt exceeds rupees 1 crore, 10 crores if 95% of receipts payments are in cash, are non-cash. Profession, if the gross receipts exceed rupees 50 lakhs. For presumptive, if the decimal condition is satisfied. Let's look it again from a different point of view. For profession, if PTS, then decimal. If normal, then 50 lakhs. Get the tax audit done. For businesses, for companies, for presumptive taxation scheme, if decimal complied with, if you have done decimal, which means you have declared your income to be less than specified and income exceeds maximum exemption limit, you have to get the tax audit done. For normal cases, 1 crore, 10 crore. If more than one businesses are there, you have to get it aggregated. And for others, here's the catch. For others, you have to see if you are banned from 44 AD. What was 44AD? Let's revise the presumptive taxation sections for a bit. 44AE, it's for a person owning less than equal to 10 goods carriage. 44BB is for foreign companies involved in extraction of mineral oil. 44BBB is for foreign companies involved in civil construction. 44AD is for businesses except 44A, which means goods carriage business, 10 goods carriage business, this one. If the businesses except 44A and agency brokerage commission, these 4 businesses are excluded, then you can opt for 44AD. The turnover limit is up to 2 crores. Deemed income will be 8% and 6%. 6% for non-cash transactions, 8% for cash transactions. It is not applicable for companies though. So 44AD 4 states that 44AD subsection 4 states that if you ever declare your income to be less than 8% or 6%, again that decimal thing you are doing, you are declaring the income to be less than 8% or 6%, which means you have opted out. So if you opt out from 44AD once, 5 years ban will be there, which means you can't opt for 44AD again for 5 years. And for 44ADA, it's for profession. Receipts from specified profession up to 50 lakhs, the deemed income will be 50%. So now we revised all the presumptive taxation scheme sections. So this 44AD was not applicable for companies, so it was plain like profession, PTS and normal. But it is there for others. So you have to first check if it is complying with, if it is banned from 44AD, if it is covered under section 44AD4. If it is yes, then if the income exceeds maximum exemption limit, you have to get the audit done. No need to check the decimal condition, because declared income can be less than specified, because there is no specified income, because you are already banned from 44AD. So if your income is greater than exemption limit, you have to get the tax audit done. Otherwise, you are not banned, then you can get the 44AD benefit. And here the turnover limit of 1 crore 10 crore is not there, because 44AD is superseding. The limit is 2 crores. Otherwise, if you are not banned and 44AD is not applicable, then it turns normal. Presumptive taxation scheme decimal, normal 1 crore 10 crore. This A, B, C, D, E are the clauses. Now let's revise it again. Mandatory audit by a CA for normal businesses 1 crore 10 crore, profession 50 lakhs. Presumptive decimal. For profession, normal 50 lakhs, presumptive decimal. Company, normal 1 crore 10 crore, presumptive decimal. For others, normal 1 crore 10 crore, presumptive decimal. But first check if it is banned from 44AD. Yes, if income exceeds maximum exemption limit, tax audit. Not banned from 44AD, covered under 44AD, 2 crores. Otherwise, presumptive, decimal or normal 1 crore 10 crore. For normal businesses, this 1 crore 10 crore things, it is covered under clause A. For normal profession, this 50 lakhs covered under clause B. For presumptive taxation scheme of business, decimal, clause C. For presumptive taxation scheme of profession, clause D, decimal. For 484 thing, E. The report has to be submitted 1 month prior to return filing date. Audit under other law. If the audit has been conducted under any other law, like Companies Act for example, then forms 3CA and 3CD have to be filed. 3CD 44 clauses are there that you have to remember. I've uploaded the video with memory techniques. It will be again the easiest video. If you are not covered under other law, which means you are getting the audit done under 44AB, then you have to file the form in 3CB and 3CD. Accounts audited under other law before specified date is sufficient compliance. Section 271B specifies the penalty for not getting the audit done and for not furnishing the tax audit report. If you commit any of these two offenses, you have to pay the penalty at 0.5% of total turnover of gross receipts or 1.5 lakhs, whichever is lower. It can be avoided if reasonable cost is there. Sales proceeds of shares, debentures, which are held as stock in trade, that will form part of turnover, But sales proceeds of PPE, investment property, shares, debentures, which are held as investment, how will it form part of turnover? It doesn't form part of turnover. Trade discount of any kind, that is discount allowed in sales invoice. Turnover discount, special rebate in the nature of trade discount. All are the kinds of trade discount, so they will be forming part of turnover. But as they are discount, it will be negative, so it will be deducted. Cash discount, it has no relation with turnover. That's why in trading account we show it as an expense. So it won't form part of turnover, so it won't be deducted. Special rebate in the course of commission, in the nature of commission. Again, it is a commission expense, so won't form part of turnover, so it won't be deducted. Goods returned of previous year. It's sales return. It will form part of turnover just negatively. That means it will be deducted. I hope it's clear. I will attach the PDF. Thank you.